Oh, okay, it's working. It's working. Here, let me get this. Sorry, gotta stick the phone in the holder. All right, there we go. Okay, hello everybody. It's Margaret from Xanadu Art Studio, and I am going. This is the easiest way to do it for me because I am going to be swatching all the watercolors I currently have available, and I currently have available a lot. So I have like over 100 colors available. But instead of listing them all and taking a picture of each one, which regardless, I mean, I'm gonna be creating a chart. I'm just gonna take all the swatches and then punch them out with one of these hole punches. Just like that, or however you do it. Okay. So, yep, just like that. So I'll be punching out all these and then labeling them so you guys can have a PDF of what pigments are actually in them, because I'm going to start going back to keeping track of that now, even though my colors have a lot of different pigments. Now, some of the pigments that I had previously made, I may not remember every single pigment that went into it. It was just, at some point I stopped keeping track of them because it was just way too difficult to keep track of. But I think for the safety sake that I want to now, you know, put all the ingredients and all the pigments and everything into like a PDF so you guys can have that and you guys be able to get that whenever you want. So this has taken me just a long time to just do this. Now, I had introduced this yesterday live on Instagram. That now I went back to my manufacturer and everybody loves pans. But I like it because I have so many colors. It's nice when, you know, you could have every color and not have to pick. So that's what I've done. So this is a regular size pan, and this is a mini pan. Same exact things, just in the minis. And so they're a quarter size of this. And because they're a quarter size of this, they're $1.25. You can have every single color now. And then not only that, but I'll be offering the minis in all the major brands, mostly all of the major brands. And so that way you have a little bit more to kind of work with or check out to see if you like that color. And if you do, then go to that manufacturer and buy that color. But I think this is a great way. Now, the ones from the manufacturer, or from the, from the store brand, high-end watercolors, they will be $2 a piece. My Aquanut watercolors are $1.25 a piece, okay? So there's plenty of colors to choose from. I'm constantly making new colors. So they're, you know, they take about literally like a quarter of the time to dry. So I love that, and you guys can get them right away, you know. And they're not ones that were like sitting there for a long time. They just can be poured in a few days later because of the size of them. They're like done. So there you go. And then with all the major brands, and I'm not sure how M-Gram's going to turn out because it's got so much honey in it. However, I will try, because in the mini pans it might be something completely different. We'll see. But then Daniel Smith, Core, Holbein, Turner, Sennelier, oh, Winsor & Newton. So they'll be listed in the store. And then how I've done it, where you can purchase your minis is basically there's two options. There's the major brands and there's Aquanut. So if you wanted 10 Aquanut minis, okay, then you would just put quantity of 10, and then in the comments section, just go ahead and list the colors that you want, and then I'll fulfill them. If for some reason I should run out and we don't have that color, I'll notify you, let you know. So there you go. Hey, Stacy, how are you? I'm not going to be able to see the chat and everything the whole time, but I'm introducing this new product. So anyway, so we're going to swatch these. I think that's the easiest way you'll be able to, you know, pick out your minis, because that way at least you get to see the colors live. Okay, so not only will I have them like available in, you know, a form where you can just download the PDFs and get them, oh shoot, I spilled my pop. Okay, 1 second. This is live. This is what happens. Okay, because I don't want stickiness. That'll drive me nuts. All right, bear with me 1 second, guys. I'll be right back. Oh, Lord. Yeah, I just spilled my pop. That's all. That's okay. I'll wipe it up quick. Oh, Lord. Okay, sorry guys. I had to do that because it'll drive me nuts if something's like a puddle's laying there and then I step in it, or if it's like really sticky or anything like that. So sorry, it's one of my pet peeves. I had to wipe it right away. So, all right, so we're gonna swatch every single color I have. And this was something James had done a tutorial. I decided to try it. It was really cute. I also sent him some more colors, and he may be able to tell you more about that when he gets a chance to play with it, because he's a very, very busy man. So let's see. Let's start out doing it. And I don't know if I'm gonna just, I don't know if I wanna label them all right away right here. Maybe I should, because it'll be you guys then. So let's see where I need to start to do that for you. Okay, I just need to put something aside here, because I always have a giant mess. Giant. Okay, we'll use that other little one. So I need to start with my flesh tones. And I have some new flesh tones. I got a lot of new colors. So bear with me 1 second. Okay, so there. And then after that one is that one, yes. And then that is the last page. And then after that one, yes, yes, yes. Okay, all right, I think I got my pages straight. So that way I can write down the colors as we go through them. So I'm gonna start out with this one first. Now there are some that aren't in the minis of the colors that I have, and that's because they've already been poured either into, you know, a pan or something like that. So there's just no more fresh left. So that's why these extra stragglers are here. So you won't be able to get those in the minis. So I am not going to swatch those as the minis. So that way, you know, it doesn't become confusing to you guys. You guys will be able to just see separate listings for those other colors there. So let's start out with, and move this here. I just want to be able to make sure, no, this is the end I'm starting at. I just want to make sure you guys see it. All right, and I'm doing it off my iPhone right now because I've just got a lot going on right here. So, all right, so this first one is, it's a new one and it's a medium flesh tint. So everybody loves the luminous flesh. I can't even make enough to keep up, okay? So I decided to make a couple other colors, and so you guys can, I mean, even as a set, it's awesome because it is literally for any skin tone. Okay, I don't know if you can see that really well. Okay, I like that. And that one is medium flesh tint. Okay. And keep in mind, guys, this may be a long one. So, because there's over 100 colors, or I might split it up into maybe 2 videos. But this is just the easiest way for you guys to see this instead of me listing every single color and every single variable in my store. That's a pain. So I'd rather create a PDF sheet and I'd rather swatch them live so you get a better look at them if you use a PDF sheet and you watch this, I think you'll have a good idea of what you want. And then what I'll do is all the other tube colors that I will have available, I'll also, in subsequent videos, I will swatch those for you guys as well so you guys can see those for yourself. Sometimes there's a color that you might already know that you want to try. So just, you know, go ahead and ask. And if I have that, I'll fill it for you. So let's see. Okay, so the next one is my dark flesh tint. And they're such cutie little tiny pans. So you can't use them like with huge brushes or anything like that. But it is nice for you guys to have something to actually make a painting with, work with, and decide if that's a color that you want to invest in and getting, you know, more than that, or the tube with the manufacturers. I don't currently have tubes. However, I do have new fresh paint shooters. So, and everybody's seeming to like those. So we'll see how that goes. But I love this. It's like once I got these, I was like, okay, that's it. I'm starting a mini revolution, I swear. So I'm gonna have everything mini. So this one again is a dark flesh tint. Now, mind you, with any of these, because they are perfect flesh color, all you have to do is really adds just some of your browns to deepen that color, because it's like I got an olive, I got a peach, I got a pink, and I got a little bit of one that's a little bit pinky and brown. And then so you would just go ahead and add your browns to it, and that's all you would need to do to kind of deepen the colors of those. Or adding layers, and that would deepen the color of it right away. So you just have to be patient with it. Make sure one layer dries before you go in to put the next one. All right, so the next one is the Luminous Flesh. Now this is the one I can't, I can't, it's barely keep up with. Everybody loves this one. I don't even know of a better. Actually, somebody told me the only other flesh tint that they actually like that somebody carries is the Holbein, and I happen to agree. But I haven't found any even manufacturer that has this color here. And they just love it so much because it has this iridescent pink shift in it, and it's like it's called, it's luminous, literally. But you can see how we got some medium. This one's my light one, that one's my dark one, and then I have even yet a more pinky one. So and I like this kind of, I don't know why I like doing like dabbing more than I like doing that sort of thing. I don't know why, I just do. I think it's because I have more control over the size of it. Otherwise, I'm like, I could just, my hand does its own thing. Okay, Luminous Flesh. All right. And then the next one. So the next one is, it's like a creamy fluorescent yellow. I probably should just spray these down a little. That's what I think I'm gonna do. I am gonna grab some water and just wet them all down so I don't have to play with them. Sorry, shaking the table. Because they're such little pans, they dry more quickly. And so because of that, it's good to actually have this as a travel option, because think about, you know, you can put magnets on the bottom of these and then use one of those. Everybody's has those kind of magnetic makeup case where they've converted it into like a travel tin. Definitely you could fit, I can't even tell you how many colors in there. So this right here is over 50 colors. So, and that's just a small tray. So think about what you can actually take with you. And it's not expensive to just, if you didn't have these and you were going on vacation and you wanted some, well, it's not expensive to buy like 20 colors for yourself because you're going on vacation, and then you know, they're just ready to go for you. That's all. All right, so I'll just wet each of these. I had been thinking about like leaving these alone and then just just going into my, you know, containers that I keep them in, my jars, and doing it from there. But it's just so many jars I have, and to take them out and is a pain. So I said, okay, forget it. I'll just do these. No big deal. These will be my demos. I can take them to shops with me and things like that. So, and plus I can see how long they last. And then another thing I plan on doing is after I swatch these on here for you guys, after that they will be taped off and then they will be hung to endure the environment for like 3 months so I can get maybe a good idea of something that I could show you guys at how light fast they are, because they still are the main pigment is always still, you know, Kremer, Tokyo Pigments, Williamsburg, Mary, I forget how to pronounce that, Schminky, Sennelier. So I get a lot, mostly from Kremer and mostly from Tokyo Pigments, and then I get another one from Japan too, and their supplier, their Color Tech. So that's where I get them, and for the most part, if you just look at the base color that it was made from, and you look that up on the site, you'd be able to see how light faced they are. But since I do mix them, I'm really curious to see how that's going to work out. I'm just going to deepen this one here. Okay. And like I said, this one is a creamy fluorescent yellow. So it's like a fluorescent pastel. And it's really nice as undertone for making things actually glow. So it makes it like literally the perfect undertone for like candle flames and fireplaces. And so there, that one is okay. There's a yellow pastel. And then this one is my last flesh tone. I'm sorry I went out of order, but that's just how it happened. So, and this one is just peachy, or it's been called also pink flesh. It is much more on the pinker side and dolly-like. So I'll just write pink flesh here. Okay, where am I? Okay, now I'm back over here. Trying to maneuver myself. All right. Next set of colors. Okay. So this one here is Gun Metal Gray. And it is truly, it looks like metal completely. cars, garbage cans, I don't know, stairs. I just keep on, you know, I keep on trying to think of so many things that are actually that color in real life. And it's also a great shadow color as well. So this one is the gunmetal gray. Gunmetal gray. Got it, got it, got it, got it. Okay. Next is the pastel blue. And I like it because it's nice and sheer. There are some colors that I like because they don't come off as really dark right out of the gate, because it just helps me work from light to dark. So I always feel you should have some, you know, really saturated colors that would be easy for you, and that's how I group them in my palette. I group less saturated to more saturated. And so I can literally, when I'm looking at my palette, I can go up the scale. And that helps me out with, you know, color matching and choices and coordinating and things like that to keep them like that. And that one is pastel blue. So I hope this is easy for you guys to see. All right, and then here is Texas Tea, and this is another bestseller of mine. So it's kind of like a deep gray with a lot of gold in it. And actually, I mean, when I think of that, I think, okay, well, that doesn't go together. It absolutely goes together, and it looks gorgeous. Now you can see why this kind of took me quite some time to catalog. All right, and the next one is my pink pastel. Okay, so this one is pastel pink. Okay. And that one is clouds. Okay. And then the next one is face pink purple. Now this is made from a pigment by Stuart Semple, and it is partially pink and purple. However, it's heat reactive, so it's pretty cool because if you put it on a black base and you put it down, and if it's cool, it turns purple, and if you touch it with your finger and you warm up that paint right there, it's reactive to your heat, and it'll change pink. So it's really neat. However, I liked it because you can see the pink and the purple in it clearly on white too, and the way it granulates, and it's just beautiful. So this one is Phase Pink Purple. Okay. That looks good. And all right, one sheet down. Okay, and the next one is Davy's Gray. And you gotta watch this one because it's pretty cool. It's like Winsor and Newton's Davy's Gray, where it was more green-like. And then when it dry, and I think most of the ones I see today are really more blue-like in the dry gray. But I really like this one, and it dries gray, but it dries like a gorgeous gray. And if you guys have any questions, because I'm using the iPhone right now, I can't actually look into it to read the chat. So you guys will just have to ask me any questions below, and then I'll go through them and I'll answer them at the end. So that is Davy's Gray. Okay. And the next one is Enchanted Forest. And I like the other ones I swatched on watercolor paper. However, this one, so you'll be able to see both because you'll be able to see this obviously on YouTube, and then the other ones I will have in a spreadsheet where you could see it on the watercolor paper. So they clearly look different. However, they both look so cool. Sometimes it's just hard to choose what you want to use it with, but just wanted to say how versatile it is, because on the mixed media paper, I mean, if you're a journaler or if you're, I mean, it's just great paint, and it looks gorgeous on, you know, on both substrates. So you might want to check that out for yourself so you can see the difference. Use some of your watercolors you currently have at home and see what it's like on mixed media paper and what it's like on watercolor paper. And it all looks so different across the board, even on other watercolor paper. So this one's a Canson, this one's a Canson. So now if we talk about like arches or the aqua board and things like that, it's a whole nother story there as well. So it's so neat. This is so versatile. So Enchanted. Enchanted Forest. And the next one is another favorite of everybody's. And this one is the Cactus Green. Okay. Keep on going into the other one's area. Gotta try to keep these guys segregated. Okay, so the next one I have is, I actually need to maybe put down some color here just so you can see, because this one is called Snow White. So you won't be seeing it unless I give some kind of base. And I'm just using some VersaFine here because it dries and fast and it won't. So I'm just dry brushing it on. And then just put that aside in case I need it again. And I'm gonna wait 1 second and let that really dry. So I'll go on to the next two colors real quick. And so the next color is Olive. And I love this one. So creamy, so pigmented. See, I don't know why I like stippling more than I like doing, you know, like that swoosh. I just feel like this is how you can see, you know, the type of texture you can actually leave on the paper with the color. And I like to see that. So this one is Olive. Okay. And then we'll do yet one more. And then the next one is Sweet Ginger Brown. Very rich, very beautiful. And it's like a coppery burnt sienna. So because it's like a little coppery, I mean, it looks like kind of the color of fresh ginger. Okay. Sweet Ginger Brown. Okay. So there's that. And then now we'll go back and I'll grab the Snow White and then do the swatch of that. So, and it's really, really beautiful. And it's because it's so sheer and semi-transparent, when you mix it with any of the colors, you just get this really gorgeous, creamy version of that color. And it goes with every color, so it doesn't matter what you mix it with. So I mean, use the white of the paper, but this white is like a must-have white, just to you know, uh up change that, you know, any color that you have really quickly for some gorgeous highlights. Especially, like, let's say there was a part that you wanted to lift and it was a little bit more staining than you would have liked it to be. This is something that you can go over and it'll really minimize some of that staining on the paper. All right, so there's that sheet. Next sheet. All right, so the next one is cinnamon. And it's just a deeper version of the sweet ginger brown. However, it dries a bit more peachy. So sometimes they can be deceiving. So if you are going to use it and you do have a couple of these kind of similar colors, they may look similar when they're wet, but completely different when they are dry. So hopefully I got you in and you can see everything. Okay. I got to look up and check every once in a while just to see if I'm in the shot. Okay. So that one, oh, where did I put my pen now? Oh, there it is. Okay, so this one is cinnamon. Cinnamon. All right, and the next one is Amber Glow. And I love this one. So it is like a royal, it's like a royal kind of yellow ochre gold. And it's potent. So I think that's the biggest reason I like this one, is because you get some pretty cool effects that literally just act like the land or the trunk of a tree, or so that's. And, you know, these are all convenience colors, so there's nothing that you have to mix here. These colors are all mixed for you, and that's why I liked doing, you know, getting my manufacturer to make me these mini pans, is so that everybody can have, you know, every color that they want now. You don't have to pick a $18 tube of paint just to try a color. And the next one is Carrot Cake. So you have much more control over how big the splotch is because I'm stippling it instead of it's just I keep on if I do it like this and you look at it on my things, it's like each page I just keep on getting bigger and bigger and bigger. I have no control over that unless I stipple. So, and this one is carrot cake. Okay. And, you know, most of these are, you know, older colors that I still have because I have over 100 colors made. That's pretty crazy. Before I make any more, because I know I'm gonna make more, it would be just nice to retire some of the old colors. Okay, so the next one is the Grinch. And this one is one that I used this last Christmas and the Christmas before. And the reason is it's this milky green, and it literally is. It's like, you know, cartoony or like illustrative. It's just a very, I always when I look at this color, I compare it to like green gouache. You know, so gouaches, if you add white to any watercolor, you pretty much got a gouache right there because it just has to be opaque. Now this one, you know, is a little bit lighter. However, because of that milk, yeah, I mean, you can get really, really, really deep and dark with this. And it is just gorgeous, illustrative color, I feel like. It can even be quite a commercial color. So this is the Grinch. And it just looks totally like his fur. All right, and then the next one is Slimer. And it is the color that it looks. And the special thing about this one is it's also made to glow in the dark as well. And that was one I started coming out with on Halloween. Okay. Slimer. Okay, and I'm gonna do this one is Snow White. Okay. All right, and then next one is just a plain old ultramarine blue. But a gorgeous one. And I just find that every different manufacturer that I get ultramarine blue from, it is just, they vary so much in the lightness and the darkness of them. Now I like some of the more deeper dark one in here as well, but this, using them both in combination, like stippling like this, is, oh my God, just, it looks beautiful. I like these colors, and I like what they do because it feels like they paint for me and I don't have to. So let's see, and this one is ultramarine blue, and this one is the light version. Okay, so you guys see that? Okay, you can see that. Okay, and then let's see this next one. Done with that page. Okay, got another one down. Okay, and so next is, well, I gotta get the right page first, right? The next one is this. Okay, so the next one is dark violet, and let me see again over here, right, okay. So I love this one because it is very granular and iridescent. So this one is dark violet. Okay, next one is a dioxazine violet, or my version of it. The moister you get it, the deeper the color is. And so again, the Aquanut colors, $1.25 a piece, and then the store brand professional colors are $2 a piece. But it's just great to be able to have that option, getting a small sample open stock like that, because like I said, then you can really decide if that's the color for you, and you can, you know, you'll know if, you know, you're just gonna use it often, and instead of going to buy that, you know, $17 tube, you can try it with a $2 mini pan. And this one is, I'll just do it for short, Diox Violet. Okay. And then the next one is Galaxy. And this one, I am telling you, I don't know. It's, okay, so you're seeing it right here, but I'm gonna show you the dry version I have on my other sheet here, so you can really look at it, because it is absolutely mind-boggling at how this turned out. And this color could have, which I thought it was. I thought it was just, I had ruined it. I thought I went way too far with the mixing, you know, just like anybody would to get mud. But here, here I am doing it, gambling with pigments. Right, yeah. Right? Am I hitting the right spot? I think. Am I? Yes. Okay, see. So, there you go. And then it starts getting deeper and darker the moister it gets. So you see that right there, okay? And it's so weird because check out what it looks like right there. So, see? So that's what I'm like seeing, and then swish, swish, okay? So cool. Oh, and my hair gets in everywhere. And look at that, my hair like laid through it, and it literally like left that line. And I love it because it's like you see two different blues, a purple, and then a deep kind of settling gray. I mean, I don't even, I couldn't I don't think I could ever recreate that. So once that's gone, that's gone, that's it. Sometimes I end up with these, you know, freaks, if you will, and it turns out really good. But I wanted to show you that, oop, no, is it gonna let me do that? Let's see, will it let me do that? Okay, yeah, okay, so that's what I was trying to do. And I don't know if I can, because I was trying to show you how that Stuart Semple one looked like. That's heat reactive. It's like these pigments do cool tricks, and literally it's like you got to get it out of them, you know? You don't even know what they're capable of until you put 2 or 3 of them together that just do this mind-blowing thing. So this one, and I mean, I can get it, and the only way I can tell you how this actually works is like, you look at an inside of a geode, a rock, whatever, and it does wonderful things, and those different minerals mix together to create such beauty, and that's just it's the same thing. So, you know, that's the analogy, that it just, to look at it that way, and then you realize that all these minerals and pigments, when they get together, they actually do some very different fun things. All right, so the next one is Tang. And really, it's because it really looks like the drink. And that's what it reminded me of when I made it. Remember, Tang was the drink of the astronauts. Wonder what they drink now. I wonder if it's because it never goes bad. So I think I've had one for like 20 years and it's still good. I'm not joking either. Okay. So that one is Tang. All right. And the next one is my Enchanted Green Earth. And so this one is a mixture, and it is a very cool what it does as well. So a lot of these, it's like you seriously have to see them when they're dry, because, and I wouldn't even try doing a ton of multiple layers until you let a first layer dry, because um, they are literally like self-painting. You don't have to do very much. And for people that like doing abstract compositions, oh God, this is just fun to look at, I promise you. Anybody who's tried my paints thought, I can't believe I've been missing out this whole time. I didn't know what to expect from handcrafted watercolors. And mine, I have to say, are completely unique. These are not one pigment colors that I went and ran around and, you know, dug up in my yard or whatever. Because, you know, a lot of people like those natural pigments. And so I'm using sometimes the same pigment numbers, but from different manufacturers on different side of the hemisphere. So you're still getting completely two different colors, even though it would be the same pigment number. And this is one of those. And then I add my own little spice. So that's my secret. So enchanted. Okay. And then the next one is my slate gray. And I love this one as well. It really looks like stone. You could do a few layers of this one, and you would like stippling it on, right? And there you go. You've got a riverbed. You've got river rock. You've got, you know, you know, blistering like sandy beach where it like glows, because what this has in it, it has a violet interference, and it really looks like it's blistering, like it's just it's glowing like graphite would glow, but in this light color, and it's so beautiful. It looks like a tile. I don't know, it's really good. It's really, I can't. Here's the thing, I love all my major brands, I really do. But I'm, as many times as I try to use some of those, I always end up falling back to mine because of the different textures that it gives me. And I get excited about that because I don't have to do so much work. And what's great about these, let's say you're somebody who makes greeting cards, or, you know, maybe you do something small so you could do your big things on the side. So you do something small as a business to try to, you know, keep that money flow coming in. And these allow you to do some pretty cool minimalistic paintings that are very easy to sell because they are something where, you know, you're looking for a specific color for your living room. So I would keep your color palettes too clean, probably to about 4 minimum. And you could do so many things with that and get some, I mean, just some gorgeous paintings. And those are literally what people would look for, because they don't want anything gaudy. You know, every once in a while you get something gaudy. It's because you fell in love with what it was and what went into it. But sometimes then you're like, well, I don't know where to put it. So you're still looking for decorative stuff. So that's what you do. You make the decorative stuff. And this is an easy way to make those decorative things to sell very fast. Okay, so the next one is Purple Orchid. I still can't believe I spilled my pop all over the floor. I hate that. I don't know why it drives me nuts. It really does. I like want to go, even though I cleaned it, I still want to go like clean it 8 more times because it's going to be gross and sticky. Okay, so Purple Orchid. Okay, and the next one. I love this yellow, and it is called Plantain. And it really is this, I don't know what you want to call it. You know how you call dirty blonde hair dirty just because it has some, you know, some deeper blonde color in it? That's what I feel like. It's like a dirty banana. A dirty banana. That's what I don't know. Okay. And the next one is Into the Ocean. Okay. So you can see the variety of the colors that you have to choose from. Like I said, you don't have to mix colors. You can just go for your convenience colors. And the thing is that now you can afford all colors. Everybody should be able to do it, not just, you know, I mean, there's people out there that want to try professional, you know, strength watercolors. That's why they're called professional, because the academic ones are just weaker because they had more filler. So it takes more layers to get it deeper, and then sometimes even doing that could cause mud if it's not a really good brand. They would be difficult to do that with. Decent to learn with, but I always think that you'll not get turned off by learning watercolor if you start with more, you know, the more expensive brands, and then also some better paper as well. So you won't get turned off by it, like, oh, I can't do this, it's too hard. It'll make it seem easy when you are using a very good watercolor. Okay, so that one was Into the Ocean. Okay. And the next one is blue tip shark. And it's basically it really looks like the blue tip shark, how it's very shiny in like a blue silver, but in a sheer way. That's exactly what this is. I probably should have put down some of the black for this one, but I think you guys can see it, hopefully. If not, you'll be able to see this one in the photos. Okay, so that one is and here's the difference between that saturation and this saturation. So these are already dried half pans, and these are the fresh colors right out, and these are the fresh colors right out of my container. So you can see that you get much more, and right now, because I also have shooters, so that's fresh paint, you would be able to get these in fresh paint stock as well. And those are 5 milliliters. All right, and then the next one is this one is my mermaid. And this one is a blue, however, it just has, again, like I was talking about with the shark and how you think of a mermaid's tail and how it would be very shiny with all different kind of blue and green iridescence in there. So that's what we got going on here. Okay. 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 And so there is mermaid. And then the next one is Cremor's Egyptian Blue. Now this is it's a very weird pigment, and it's actually a very expensive one. I think this one is gonna go on my list of exotic pigments. So there's 3 choices in my store. And the more expensive ones would be considered the exotic pigments. However, it is really, really that sheer, okay? That sheer and that gritty. And I can't explain it. I mean, this is just the way it is. And so for me, this is very much a texture pigment. So it is like specifically for the texture of it, because it is quite cool. And this pigment wouldn't be for you if you don't paint in this sort of way. So there are some of, the Aquanut colors that are very just smooth, okay? You get some really, so right here you see some of the textural effects, but if you look right here, you can see that you just get, I mean, you can get just such a even, clean stroke where you don't see even a brush stroke. So I have a lot of colors like that. It's just, this is on a little bit different paper, and this is, I'm kind of stippling them, and I'm using quite a bit of water so they can kind of mingle and show you some of the cool stuff that they actually do. So, all right, and then that one was Kremer's Egyptian Blue. And I say it's Kremer's because I don't see another manufacturer with really Egyptian blue comparison. And I think it was the price that made me very curious because it was quite expensive. All right, where am I going with this now? All right, so there we go. We're down with another. So what I think I'm gonna do at this point actually is I'm going to stop it right here, and then I will actually come back and do another video. So that way, they're segmented, and that way they're not so long. Otherwise, you'd be, what I can do is I can list in the description what colors are going to be in this one, and that way it's not so long, and then what colors are going to be in the next one, and it's not so long, and so that way you don't have to sit there and watch through 3 hours of video just to see the color that you were planning on maybe getting. So, that's it for this one, and when I come back I'll be on a new page, new colors, and we'll do this probably maybe 3 or 4 times and we should be done. So I will see you guys in the next video. I'll just label it, I'll label it 1 of 4, 2 of 4, 3 of 4, 4 of 4, and so that way you guys have those right there for you. Also, there'll be links on the product page in my store with all these videos, so that way you can take a look anytime, and then plus you'll have a PDF sheet that you'll be able to download with all of the colors and the pigments and everything to see on another substrate. So this is mixed media paper, and this is watercolor paper, and they're both Canson paper, so they still look very much different on cotton. So I will see you in a bit.